Hey all my future buyers and sellers out there, I am here to teach you more than you knew before about the real estate process. And you know what? I see you out there pounding away on your keyboard looking for the next get-rich-quick scheme or even side hustles, let's just say, where to put your money to get the most out of it. But I have come to you, my audience, with the answers to your questions, and it is not an ebook. It's not a free online course either. No, it's just the idea that real estate is one of the best investments you can make, the best things you can do with your money. And why, you might ask? Well, I have 10 reasons to convince you. Stay tuned. Hey, it's Ella with Ella Estate Realty, and welcome back to my channel where I give you a weekly dose of all the tips, hints, and hacks you can handle about real estate. Now, feel free to leave me some love and some likes if this information is valuable to you in any way. And you can also hit that subscribe button because honestly, it's like my full-time job to serve you guys anywhere you are in your real estate process. Now, whether you reach out to me through my website, EllaEstateRealty.com, or you leave me a comment down below, I'm here at your service. Without further ado though, we're going over the top 10 reasons why I think real estate is undeniably one of the best things you can do with money. And honestly, I'm so passionate about this topic, so I'm excited to bring you this video. Let's get started. Numero uno is appreciation. Now there's two kinds of appreciation. There is natural and there is forced. Natural speaks to the national average of appreciation. That's 3 to 5% you see in a house, and that's you sitting back and doing nothing. Granted, there are a couple variables that go into it, whether you're out in the middle of nowhere or in a high demand population area like a city, or whether there's been a fluctuation in the economy, those kinds of things. But as an average, 3 to 5%. And then there is forced appreciation, and that's when you're doing renovations, house flips, demolitions, additions to the house, any kind of value-adding renovation, you're instantaneously getting that value back in your investment. And whether you're taking advantage of the natural or the forced or both of them together, these are pretty good numbers. Number two is your property is actually generating an income. It's cash flow positive. What do I mean by that? Well, say you are house hacking, if you've ever heard of that term, where you live within the house and you have somebody else living within the house, or you're just renting it out to tenants overall, and they are paying more than you have to pay for the property. So your expense list, which is your mortgage, taxes, insurance, HOA fees, are all covered by how much your tenant is giving you. And you're making a little bit of profit on top of that. And the idea is that you get more than one cash flowing property, say you get up to 10, and you're making such a profit off of this real estate that it pays for not only all of your mortgages, but also all of your personal expenses too, and you've created a business somehow. So these cash flowing ideas are really, really appealing to people trying to invest in real estate, but just start slow and buy into your first property and see where it takes you. Number three is a little bit of fighting against inflation. If you don't know what inflation is, it's the idea that the more money our government prints, the less value that our dollar has. That's why you hear about 5 cents for a gallon of milk or a gallon of gas. It's not that gas is so much more expensive now, it's that our dollar is worth less. So say you have a bunch of money and you stick it under your bed, over time, you'll actually lose money to that because it's sitting and inflation is going up. Now, the same money is in a high-yielding savings account. Sometimes you can counteract the percentage of inflation annually versus how much you're making off the savings account, but you're not gonna make any money off of your money. And then you put it in real estate. And you know what? Inflation and real estate are best friends. They rise together. So when you lock in a mortgage with a great interest rate and your rent is a little bit higher, you're only making a little profit, you know what? Inflation keeps going up and so does your income off of that tenant, and you're making a great profit. So fight against inflation by investing in real estate. Number four, one word, leverage. Now this is the idea of leveraging other people's money to your benefit. Now, whether you borrow a bunch of money from the bank, let's say you're buying a $100,000 house and you're putting 20% down, you still get 100% of that house. and now you're having tenants in there, or you're paying down your mortgage and you have equity in there, then you can actually borrow the equity that you put into your house and invest it in other things. There's so many possibilities that real estate give you to leverage money into other things. It's undeniably where your money should be. Number 5 is for all you bleeding hearts out there. Trust me, I have one myself, for helping others. Whether you come along to a foreclosed house of some sort and the person can no longer financially pay for the house and you're helping them get out of the loan and get free of that burden, or you have relatives coming to you like your aging father or mother and you need somewhere to place them, and you have this property that you can take care of them in and still make money off of it. You know, these are the types of things that appeal to the emotional side in us in real estate, where you can help others through this process by owning more assets in real estate, by owning more houses or apartment complexes or whatever you want to buy. You're able to assist people. Number 6 is equity buildup. Now, I've said equity a couple times and hopefully you know what it is, but if you don't, this is the money that you pay into your home loan to pay off your mortgage. And I kind of think of this as your piggy bank. So you're putting more money in every month, paying down the loan and slowly owning more of your house. But the great thing about equity is that you can actually, one, have it paid by other people. So you have a tenant in there and they're paying your whole mortgage and they're just putting into your savings account, your piggy bank. Or 2, you can borrow this equity. So say you have owned a house for 10 years, you and your family have lived there, and all of a sudden you want to put it on the market, but you got to do some renovations, maybe an addition, an extra bedroom, bathroom even, and you don't have the means for it. Well, you can borrow against your home loan and grab the equity out of that piggy bank and put it towards this. So, I mean, this is an incredible feature that houses have, and not everybody knows about this. So definitely wanted to deliver you guys with this good information. Number 7 is another stream of income. Have you guys heard of portfolio diversification? Or have you heard that on average millionaires have at least 7 forms of income? And you're kind of sitting there scratching your head, well, I have a job, so that makes 1. How do I get the other 6? Well, buying a house is a solution to one of these streams, and you can even manipulate buying a house into buying a townhouse or a duplex, an apartment complex. There's a lot of different avenues you can go through your real estate portfolio, but we're just talking about buying today. So once you have that, then you have this accumulated asset. And the great thing about it is that whether you're casually buying a house or you're a first-time buyer or you're an advanced investor, this is open to a huge amount of people with the type of financing that's available. So kind of look into it. Number 8 is tax breaks. Now, before I go any further, I am totally not a professional in tax calculations, formulations, la-di-da. I just know that there are so many benefits. And if you talk to a professional about this, they can better educate you about all the things that are tied into real estate and your taxes, like writing off your depreciation or getting breaks on your investment income. So say you're making that profit from your tenant, you don't have to get taxed on that income. All kinds of things. So just a quick Google search, so you can educate yourself. I don't want to get anything wrong and get demolished in the comments down below, so I'll just keep it to a bare minimum. But the tax advancements that are applied to real estate investors or real estate owners are phenomenal and massive. So look into it. Number 9 is the idea of repeatability. So I know I'm speaking to first-time home buyers out there, and I can totally vouch that I've had the same mind track thoughts and things that go into buying a house, but it seems like a mysterious beast. It seems like it's unattainable. But honestly, if you reach out to a real estate agent or a lender and figure out where you are at financially and what you could be doing to improve your chances of getting into a house, it'll take away all the mysteriousness of getting into a house. Now, when I say repeatability, it means that once you learn this process, once you get over the hurdle of realizing how easy it is to actually get into a house, you'll not forget this process easily. Like riding a bike, you'll be able to apply what you've learned, once you figure out how to put together a lease for your tenants. You'll be able to apply this knowledge over and over again so you can replicate it and get to a point where you create so much wealth that you're traveling the world and have 15,000 apartment complexes. I just want you to take advantage of this learning possibility, because this is exactly why I make these videos, to better educate you on this process so it's not so overwhelming. But like I said, once you do it, once you take that step, you'll be able to repeat it and reap the benefits. And number 10 to round off the list is that you could potentially turn this real estate thing into a business. I can't tell you how many times I've been scouring neighborhoods and all of a sudden ABC Legacy owns this property and it owns the next one and the next one, and all of a sudden they own like 15 properties in the same city, and they have a conglomerate where they're making a bunch of rental fees. And you know what it was? Just one person going out there and buying their first house and then rolling that into their next house and building on top of one another, and then slowly accumulating more and more real estate. It's not rocket science, guys, I swear, but you could turn this into a valuable business where you're making such a positive cash flow off of these investments, or maybe you're house flipping, or maybe you're long-term keeping it and just waiting for that really good appreciation. Any way you cut it, it is a great venture to get into, and I can attest that it is one of my passions. So I just want to help you guys take advantage of it. So was 10 reasons enough for you, or do you need me to make more lists? Because I will. If you had more questions and all of a sudden you're going to start your real estate journey and you're still a little sketched out about it, you can always reach me at my website, EllaEstateRealty.com. Don't forget to leave me some love and some likes. Comment down below. Let me know what's going on in your life and your real estate journey. And as for today's video, thank you so much for watching. I hope you're having a glorious day.